Hello and welcome to ITV News. This is Calendar with James Webster and me, Katy Rickitt.
And here are tonight's main stories. First, to the impact of the pandemic, which, according to a new report, has widened the gap between rich and poor across our region, and we're told it's likely to only get worse.
Yes, the study by the University of Sheffield highlights which areas are at high risk of economic hardship once the implications of COVID restrictions are known.
David Hurst has been to Rotherham, one of several parts of South Yorkshire which has been described as facing the perfect storm for widening the gap between the haves and have-nots.
Well, we contacted the spokesperson for the Department of Work and Pensions to get a response, and this is what they had to say. Universal credit. Next tonight, two men who shared an offensive video about the Home Secretary Priti Patel are starting prison sentences today.
Now, with most of us experiencing the joys and, at times, challenges of remote working over the last year or so, the boundaries between our homes and offices have become less defined.
Yes, and unions are calling on the government to introduce a right to disconnect. They say it'll safeguard workers' health, but others argue it's simply up to the individual to know when to take a step back. Nithya Rajan has more.
Yes, certainly something we've all had to get used to over the last year. We'd love to hear what you think on this as well. Do head to our social media pages. Go to Facebook and search Calendar News and let us know how home working has been for you. And also Twitter, search at ITV Calendar.
Yep, we'd love to hear your stories. Still to come on the programme this evening.
A charity says more than half of dog owners in Yorkshire haven't made plans for who would look after their pet if something were to happen to them, for example, if they became too ill to care for their pet.
Well, the Dogs Trust now wants owners to carry a free canine care card. It means the dog would be looked after by the Trust if necessary and then given a new home. Kevin Ashford reports.
Oh, now I don't have a dog yet. You do. Can you imagine somebody willingly looking after them?
Oh, well, actually the thought of giving them to anyone else makes my heart hurt, but they are quite floozy-like. They just basically go to anyone. I'm not sure we'll be able to persuade many people to take them on, though. I was looking at that thinking 65% are thinking a family member or friend would take them. I'm not sure how else would. They're pretty naughty.
I'm sure they would. I'm sure they would. Now, it's well known that more than 70 years ago, the call went out across the world for doctors and nurses to help create the newly established NHS. And ever since then, our health service has depended on the talents of its diverse workforce.
Yeah, in fact, the latest figures show that a third of medical staff working at the Mid Yorkshire NHS Hospitals Trust were born in South Asia or are from a South Asian background. As
we continue to mark South Asian Heritage Month, Catherine Walker has been hearing the
and there's been some amazing stories throughout the month. But next tonight is the ITV Evening News continuing at 6:30. It's presented tonight from Devon with Lucrezia Millarini.
And Arif is here with us in the studio now. The Premier League's back and quite a fixture for Leeds United to kick things off.
Thank you, Arif. She makes me feel dizzy just looking at her.
Yeah, it really does. Now, a trip to the theatre has been hard to come by for obvious reasons over the past year, meaning there hasn't been much of this of late.
At Harewood House on the outskirts of Leeds, it really will be a case of here we go again. But when all is said and done, things will feel a little different. I'm glad I met someone who likes the puns as much as me.
Yeah, well, for tonight, Sally Simpson, you for the music.
Oh, yes, Sally, you super trooper.
Yeah, shall we take a chance on the weather? Here's Kerry.
Let's go.
We will try to dodge those showers. That's the ITV News from Calendar tonight. I'll be back with all the latest for you at 10 to 11.
And the national and international stories are next with Lucrezia Millarini.
Whatever you're doing, have a great weekend and we'll see you soon.
Happy
Goodbye.
Friday. Bye.